Hello everyone! My name is Mitz, and here we are back at Higurashi When They Cry. So as a quick reminder before we go into this episode right now, go read Danganronpa Operation VK. I'm writing this again because that story is absolutely great. The link is in the description. If you're this far into this series or like mysteries or drama or slice of life stuff in general, you like that. You like that story. I was gonna say game, but no, it's a story. It's a really good story. Love the characters. I love the version of their version of Monokuma, and all the kind of stuff. I love the banter all the characters have. Almost everything. It's great. It's great. It's gonna be the link to the description for that story is gonna be into the very end of the series. Okay, but moving on to the actual meat and bread, the potatoes for this episode. That last time Keiichi got an entire group of people, his classmates, and is trying to assemble a giant, more bigger group to appear for the consultation server tomorrow, but has been told by Oishi that that's not gonna work, especially with how the elders in the village, including Oreo, don't really want to back up like Sadako or like the Hojo family in general because of the dam conflict. And the consultation center will now just know that they're just a whole group of people with no exact backing behind them. So literally by this point, it feels like the only thing we can do is to try to convince one person to change their mind. Honestly, let Sadako with trying to like say horribly or not, then Satoshi's not coming back anytime soon, or like even if we prove that Satoshi isn't coming back, like she'll still think to like even take over, or just like handle the the abuse she's getting just because like her brother went through it all these years ago, like her like last year, and now it feels like it's her turn to make things right, or just like her just desserts almost, just because she didn't help or made things worse back then. I feel like she can also say that the whole curse thing as well, or literally try to convince a stubborn older person of the Sonozaki family, which we already been told and seen at this point that she's very stubborn, and since she's been a leader for several straight like decades at this point, she's probably not gonna be quick to change her mind. Unless more stuff happens actually make her change her thought, which again, how do you change a stubborn person's mind when they're that far into on a grudge on someone, or just this on a thinking your thought? It's hard to be done. It's hard to be done. But Katie seems to have a good plan about it, which he always seems to have when these kind of things come up, which is one of his superpowers. He's good like coming up on the fly. Okay, he's good at the words, and he's good at making new plans as they come up when new snags in the way, as long as he has time to actually plan and all that. He's almost always a 50% chance that it fails, honestly, for him. Again, look at the little club activities he did. Oh, well, she's here now. The Child Consultation Center had finally contacted Sadako's uncle after finding out she was missing from school for 3 days in a row. I'm sure it was because of her efforts that Sadako was able to come to school today. However, we couldn't really celebrate her seeing her painful expression. Well, at least from what we know, that nothing absolutely bad has happened by this point because of the tips. Then, at least there's that. From how much they're trying to put effort into it. At least that working out right now. Sadako, we were so worried about you. Are you sure nothing happened to you these past 3 days? I really did have a fever the whole time. I'm really sorry for making you all worry. They started telling us why she hadn't been at school. Nobody had even asked her that. Her uncle must have told her to say that to everyone. It's so painful to see her like this. Reina seemed more angry than sad. Being reminded again of her pushing over the locker as well. Inside, I felt the same way. I felt like my anger was boiling up and lodging painfully in my throat. Oh my god, that's CG again. He was only letting Sadako come to school because he was now certain that she wouldn't do anything that would put him at a disadvantage. He's treating her like a tamed animal. Was it too late already? I thought of the broken Sadako I once saw in my imaginary world. Sadako, do your best, okay? Of course I will. I'm doing well. I know Nini isn't here with me. I slowly reached out my hand toward her head. Well, as a reward for doing your best, I'll pat your head. Do you mind? Well, you kind of did it before she even said anything, so. She didn't reply, but she didn't refuse either. I slowly put my hand on her head. She didn't react to it, but a tear rolled down from her eye all of a sudden. Was she crying because she didn't want to be touched? No, that wasn't it. Rather, it was the opposite. If I stopped patting her head, I'd hurt her feelings. Sadako felt obliged to survive without her Nini. But that didn't mean she didn't want anyone else's help. She couldn't appreciate patting her head openly. Sadako had no choice but to cry in silence. Sadako-chan, you won't tell anyone if you cry right now. And after Reina said that, Sadako started crying like a baby. I felt relieved, knowing that it wasn't too late. She hadn't yet suffered from the fatal emotional wound that I saw in my imaginary world. However, her tears made it clear that I needed to save her as soon as possible, no matter what the whole world might say to me. Sadako, everyone is going to help save you. I promise you that. Sadako, we weren't just doing nothing for these past 3 days. Right, Kei-chan? Right. We're making an appeal to the Child Consultation Center. We're asking to save you from your horrible uncle. That's not gonna help it seems at this point, unless you somehow change their minds at this point, then yeah, I don't even think even a bigger group of people is actually gonna help at all. You don't have to do that for me. It's not just us. Right, Tomita-kun? It was just Tomita-kun, not the whole class? Okay. It's not just me, either. Okamura and the whole class are fighting for you. That's right. We all went to the Child Consultation Center together. We're going today, too. Right, Maebara-san? Yep. We're not gonna give up until we save you. All the boys and girls in the class answered my call with their cheers. Sadako seemed a little surprised, but then soon became expressionless again. Is that why the social worker came to my house? That really wasn't necessary of you. Sadako, did he hurt you because of that? She wouldn't answer. I couldn't tell what that sounds really meant. Soon after, Chi-sensei entered the classroom. She must have heard the noise we were making. You just see somehow they have like a whole little welcome party with banners and confetti poppers. She's back. Hojo-san, are you feeling better now? We didn't know for sure if she was really sick or not. All of us, including Chi-sensei, were feeling the same thing. Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry for worrying you. Everything is alright now. Will you be attending school regularly from now on? Yes. You don't have to continue worrying about me. You don't have to talk to any more social workers. Hojo-san, if you feel overwhelmed, you can come stay with me. I'm on your side, okay? You're welcome at my house anytime. Hey, Chi-sensei, don't act like you're the only one who can help her. Sadako, we're all on your side here. That's right. You can come to my apartment too. We have an extra room so you can use it as your own. You can't do that. Sadako's my pet. She should come back to my house. Okay. Napa, Hoshi. See? You're not alone. Everyone is trying so hard to save you. But I don't know people at the Child Consultation Center will ever understand how we feel. Not immediately anyway. You guys are supernaturally charged with spiritual energy of old time, so that's not gonna happen. If what Oichi-san told me yesterday was true, then once they learn this is in the will of all of Hinamizawa, once they learn it's only her classmates creating a stir, they might harden their stance against us. All we had planned was to go there with more people and ask for the same thing. The Child Consultation Center was gonna say the same thing to us too. And Keiichi, you did say, like, we had to, like, maybe break the friend group's, like, taboo of almost leave him, talking more about adult things. So now, if this fails, immediately get down to brass tacks and I'm gonna talk about politics! The lovely world of politics! Which all it's some, weird, wishy-washy, back and forth, just absolute heaps of fucking drama. meant to be put on a quote-unquote professional level. It wasn't going to be any different from yesterday. They tell us that it's only normal for our uncle to take care of Sadako, because he's legally her guardian. They also tell us that there's no proof of any abuse happening. And why do they think that? Because Sadako won't admit she's being abused. I appreciate your kindness, but I'm fine. That's a lie. Reina spoke with a smile, but her words cut sharp. You're not okay, Sadako-chan. You're not fooling us well enough. All of us here and many more people know that you're in pain right now. That's why we're doing our best to stand up and help you. We're reaching our hands so we can save you from your struggle. But we can't save you without you helping too. She's right, Sadako. No matter what we say to the center, they'll tell us that there's no abuse because you're denying that's happening. We all want to help you, but we can't if you don't accept our help. I understand. I was just like you once. I thought no one could help me. I thought whatever I was doing was the only thing I could do. That's why I didn't even accept my friend's help. But someone taught me something. I can't even remember who it was, but someone taught me something. The world you want most is right in front of you. But you won't get there unless you take our hands. Doesn't mean anything if we're the only ones reaching out. Sadako-chan, you have to reach your hand out to us too. We can take each other's hands and return to the world we wish for. Reina, who told you that? Oh, some person walking the street. Doesn't matter who it is. Definitely not Keiichi in the other world. I don't remember. I think I heard it before I went to kindergarten. I can't remember who told me that, though. Technically it was before he went to kindergarten because it was the last life. But I can still clearly remember that feeling. I'm here because of what the person taught me. I agree. Whoever it was who taught that to Reina, he was... Don't get a stick up your ass, you. He wasn't wrong. Sadako, do you think it's better not to ask for help? You think that's the best thing you can do? But you're wrong about that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Is it the face you want to wear? I'm sure it's not. You don't want any part of this world. We can bring you back to the world you want to live in. We're reaching our hands out. Those hands are almost touching you. But we just can't reach far enough. If we could, we'd pull you by the hair to get you out of this mess. But we can't make it. So you have to reach out your hand too. Our hands are right here. They're right in front of your nose. So take them. If you just reach out your own hand, we could pull you up into a happier world. Sadako wouldn't reach out her hand. She just stared at mine as though praying for something. Her fingers were shaking, but Sadako wouldn't try to reach her hand toward mine. I felt like screaming out in anger, but I didn't want to scare her. If I did that, she'd never trust me again. All I could do was to wait for her to reach out her hand. Thank you very much. Really, I do appreciate it. But I really am perfectly fine. I'm just gonna keep that stance for a while, honestly. I really... Sadako? She needs more time. Sadako needed time to sort out her feelings. But our time limit was getting closer and closer. It was unfortunate that Sadako didn't even realize that herself. Next moment, we heard someone approaching her classroom. By the sound of the footsteps, we could tell that was the principal. Hi there, you gonna do another tactical meeting? And so I couldn't tell why Sadako was twitching like she just got electrocuted. Same exact footsteps as Tepe, okay, yay. The door quickly opened and the principal strode inside. Well, I guess it makes sense, the principal never really regularly comes into the classroom, so, He seemed relieved to see Sadako back in school. However, Sadako reacted both dramatically and bizarrely. She let an inexplicable scream, ran into the back of the classroom and hid behind the curtain. No one in the classroom could understand her actions. We never even considered that it was because the principal had entered the room. The principal, however, realized it immediately and stepped back outside. Sadako was scared to see him. Hojo-kun, is everything alright? He spoke in a kind voice, but Sadako was still afraid. It was plain as day to all of us that Sadako was frightened at the sight of the principal, but none of us could understand why. Are you okay, Sadako? You don't need to be afraid. We're all on your side. My uncle's here! Everyone here thought for sure Sadako's uncle had shown to get her. We all rose at once, shooted Sadako in a circle, and searched the surroundings. Tactical espionage, let's go. Just weed at the enemy, kill them right now. I get to see her uncle's face, but we were in school now. If someone unfamiliar showed up, I could spot him immediately. If we tried to force Sadako to leave, then forget everything else. I'd end the fight right here, trying to grab the fucking open locker over there. Mia and Shin were thinking the same thing. However, while Sadako remained frightened, we couldn't find any sight of her uncle. Sadako was trembling as if he was already here into the classroom. There was no sight of him. He's in the goddamn ceiling. Finally, I realized the truth. Sadako was frightened by the figure of the principal. Well, at the very least, it's better than what happened last time. I can understand that she'd be scared of his footsteps, but she was still terrified after he showed his face. This was not normal. Did it look similar? It was made clear to me just how much stress Sadako was dealing with. Rika-chan hushed Sadako and whispered into her ear. It's okay. Your uncle isn't here. Your mean uncle isn't here. But he's right there! My uncle's there! He's gonna take me back home! Calm down, Sadako. Did you take your shot today? My uncle is here. Oh, Maybe that's also it. Oh boy. Nini! Nini! Her shot? What are you talking about, Rika-chan? Keiichi, she needs Erie's help. Just tell that Sadako is in an emergency. Hurry up! Make a dash. Let's take her to the nurse's office. What's wrong, Sadako-chan? Sadako-chan! Let's call the coach. She needs to see a doctor now. Does anyone have his number? I do. Let's go use the phone in the teacher's office. Gangway! I headed to the nurse's office after asked Mia to make a phone call to the doctor. There were lots of students around the office. Chi-sensei was forcing out the other kids who had entered the room with them. I stuck behind her and entered it myself. Sadako was lying down the bed, still shaking with fear. Rina and Rika-chan were there with her, and were trying to calm her down. I spoke quietly so as not to scare Sadako. Is she okay? What's going on with her? I don't really know, but she's very scared. She thought the principal was her uncle. Let's just hope it's just mostly distress and nothing else, because the sound of it, honestly, just the tips alone were just only just him, like being pressured not to injure her anyway. So it's really just a similar presence actually make her this stressed out then. Especially since he destroyed so much furniture, honestly, and although like rumors of the principal also being like I guess very skilled at defense and all that, so there could be that as well. Hearing that made it easy to understand, but it was still hard to believe. He had been right in front of us, and spoken to her in such a kind voice. It was really hard to believe that she couldn't tell that it was the principal. When there's a dark spot on the wall, what's it like to you? We are not doing a Rorschach test right now. What? People who hate flies will think it's a fly. Okay, we are doing this. You look like a spider or cockroach if that's what you hate. People tend to sense something they don't like when they can't really tell what that something is. Like a sixth sense, honestly. No, the seventh sense of I hate this, but I don't know why. She thought of her uncle when she heard the principal's footsteps. But she was still scared even after he showed up. You know, Sadako has prevents you from correcting those misassumptions easily. Okay, so it's it's purely the delusion stuff. What does she mean, illness? I tried to ask Rika-chan that, but Sadako was becoming even more frightened. Rika-chan held her hand gently and tried to calm her down. Rain tapped my shoulder. She was indicating to me that we should leave Rika-chan and Sadako alone in the room. I agree with her. Sadako was tremendous shock. We're going back to the classroom for now. Yes, please do. Ray and I left the nurse's office. My classmates were still asking Chi-sensei about Sadako's condition. As soon as they saw me, they walked over and asked how she was. Let's leave it to Rika-chan for now. Sadako is very frightened. Please don't do anything to make her afraid. She'll only get more scared if we continue to make this much noise. Let's go back to the classroom. Coach will be here soon, and he'll take care of her. You called him, right, Mi-chan? Yeah, he'll be here right away. He said to let Rika-chan take care of her, and not to let her out of the nurse's office. Get back to the class, everyone. We're going to start homeroom. While the teacher took our attendance, a car arrived in the school premises. Everyone's attention was drawn to it. 3 people with white gowns came out of the vehicle. 3 people with white gowns, you say? Eri ran into the school in a hurry. We were surprised to see the 3 people show up. It made us all worry that Sadako was in worse shape than we'd realized. I'm now just wondering if, like, at some point, that Reina and Mion technically also, like, connected to the dots, or, like, Rika told, then maybe Keiichi's having the similar, I guess, experiences as they had for, like, the shots. Well, mostly with Sadako anyway, but, like, Rika, like, goes there anyway for research purposes. Maybe it's a control group, but, Rika Sadako could have brought that up, that, maybe Keiichi's acting that way because of, something similar to happening that's to Sadako. And that's why they called Eri, and that's when they, like, got more and more people. Chi-sensei felt the same way. And I'm remembering now, like, all those times that Keiichi literally, well, he only dropped to his knees, like, after Reina left. But, so that means, that he, like, every time Reina just, like, started attacking him, was it really just, like, her own words and thoughts, but, like, she just suddenly just changed to be, I guess more hostile, which I don't buy at all. But still. He did, like, collapse on his knees almost every time they had a conversation like that. And yet still, like, again, the whole hatchet thing, like, she was carrying it, and then, like, following, Keiichi with it. Which, not entirely a good look if you're especially going with someone who's, very, very paranoid. It's again thing if I don't know if everything that Keiichi technically saw, which was threatening, was all a hallucination or something like that. Because, like, what was that? Like, they just outlined right there with Rika saying a line that the first assumption, like, they have is something hard to break from them. But I don't think Keiichi even had the assumption of, like, Reina carrying the hatchet. I don't think so, and, like, just saw it and just, like, assumed it was just from hurting him. And then just continue walking. I still don't know what the whole point is then for that. If it was real or not, I don't know. She left the class to find Mion and hurried to the nurse's office. Oh, let the class do Mion. Despite her worries, Sadako returned to the classroom about 10 minutes later. She was still as depressed when she was in the morning, but she was no longer in a state of panic. It's an improvement, at least. You're just part of the class proceedings by this point, aren't you? Sadako! Are you okay now? I think you should rest some more. I'm sorry for scaring you. I'm fine now. Sadako-chan? Sadako seemed bothered by the way we were worrying about her. Probably the whole thing of I don't need your pity. Chi-sensei also returned to the classroom. At the same time, I snuck out so I can talk to Eri and his staff. I saw him talking with Rika-chan. Coach? Is Sadako really okay? Maebara-san? Yes, she's fine for now. We should keep an eye on her, though. It's just a little panic attack. Yay. She's all good now. Just a little panic attack. Are you sure? You were saying Sadako has some kind of illness. Well, I should be going immediately after the word of that. Let's immediately get out of here. Please call me if anything happens. Coach bowed and left without making any comment. It was like he was avoiding my question about Sadako's condition. Suspicious. Keiichi, can you promise to keep a secret? What? Oh, sure. Sadako's been sick since a few years ago. She's been getting treatment for that illness for a long time. That illness? It was surprising to hear that. That meant she was already sick when I first met her. I never seen any sign of that, though. I think it's mostly just mental illness. That disease can't be cured easily. But she can live a normal life as long as she gets proper treatment and medication. I see. It sounds like it's under control. I had no idea that she was sick until you just told me about it. She should be fine, right? She was hardly in a good condition, so that makes me hesitant to use the word fine. What kind of disease could Sadako have? Based on what I saw earlier, she might have a mental illness rather than a physical one. It might be because of how she was abused in the past. I've heard that mental trauma is not easy to cure, and it needs medical attention at times. That must be what's going on with her. Not even just medical attention, sometimes just emotional, like, actual therapy stuff. Sadako has to take 2 shots every day. So her uncle was bullying her, she better take her shot this morning. You mean Sadako becomes emotionally unstable if she doesn't take those shots? Rika-chan nodded quietly. Really, it was quite a shock. The Sadako I know is an energetic and mischievous girl who's always bouncing around like a super ball. I couldn't believe that she turned into a scared little animal just by forgetting to take a shot. She becomes very afraid when she doesn't get her shots. When something happens suddenly, or when she hears a strange noise, it's something unusual, she feels like there are things that are coming to harm her. So she thought her uncle came to the school when she heard the principal's footsteps. That's right. When she convinced herself that the footsteps belonged to her uncle, that's become like truth for her. Even after she saw the principal's face, her mind told her that it was her uncle. You said she can't organize information quickly enough. Is that what her illness is all about? I don't even want to know what the disease is called. I feel so bad for her. I had no clue that she'd been fighting this condition for so long. That poor girl. Keiichi, please don't tell Sadako anything about her illness. Why not? Because it's sensitive information? I guess I shouldn't ask. It might not be a nice thing to talk to her about her mental illness. I guess that's what she's trying to tell me. I mean, she came back to the classroom, but is she okay now? Eri gave her injections, so she's alright for now. She's seriously sick to the point where she requires a doctor's attention. I realized something the next moment. Hey, maybe we can have her be hospitalized. We can force her to stay in the hospital even if she refuses. Oh, yay. That way we can save her from her uncle. Yes, that's a great idea. Oh yay, and traumatize her even further. Eri suggested that before, but Sadako refused. It's not about refusing or not. If the doctor tells her to stay, that's technically kidnapping. Keiichi, if Sadako doesn't go back home, her uncle's gonna get rid of her Nini's room. What? Sadako feels obligated to protect the Hojo residence until Satoshi comes home. He was taking advantage of her? Typo was telling me that he'd get rid of Satoshi's room when she didn't stay with him? Yeah, I guess the emotional blackmail to stay in line too. Would the bank book even be in his room, honestly? Like, would the aunt even put that there, like, Satoshi, like, find it after, like, killing, if he did or not kill his aunt, and then just put it in his room or not? Or, like, even better, yeah, he gets the bank book, when he, like, after he knows it, he had the bank book on him just to pay for the teddy bear instead. But, like, he did get his money out of his own account, so, I don't think there was any account saying that like the aunt's money was taken out of, which depending in part, like it wouldn't be that weird now because the uncle is still around, but I guess people would find to be suspicious of the day he went missing, so Tepe was telling her that he could get rid of Satoshi's room if she didn't stay with him? That's horrible. Please don't tell anyone about this. She is not good at controlling herself, so she might get very angry about this. She brought up Shion, but I was also furious about it. I had to calm down, though. I need everyone's help in order to save Sadako. I couldn't ruin everything by acting foolishly. I had no time to stop. Damn it. If Sadako asked us for help, we could help her right away. Just because she didn't ask didn't mean she didn't need it. As her friends, we had to help her. Especially after learning that he was controlling her by threatening to get rid of Satoshi's room. She told you that he's threatening her, right? Can't we take that as an SOS? Rikichan nods slightly. Keiichi, we don't have much time left. That I was all too aware of. She had a panic attack just because she didn't take her shot this morning. But if she stayed in her current environment, it'd be too late to save her in a matter of days. Especially like only 2 days after the festival as well. That's when like a couple of days to the festival, things go to shit anyway. I saw her future when I saw Sadako crying behind the curtain this morning. This is the 3rd day. We have 10 times more people on our side than we had in the first day, but we're not going to stop there. Keiichi, it won't be that easy to save Sadako. I tried many times before, but never succeeded. Really? You don't remember, but you're different this time. I think you're getting very close to saving her. I believe that you're someone who can defeat fate. What did she mean when she said I didn't remember? Someone cast amnesia spell on you. Nothing else, don't worry. I didn't have time to ask questions, though. Yeah, you're right. I'll defeat fate. Just watch me. Fucking feign destiny go fucking die in that fire over there. Go and suck into that black hole over there. Every time. They'll make their way immediately to the consultation center then afterwards. I'm pretty sure this is like they just sedimented the fact that this is not going to work out too well then. Just to be sure that they have to think on their feet for the next plan. A huge crowd had formed in front of the library. It was hard to believe that over 50 people had assembled in front of such a quiet place. Kei! Oh god, I forgot about him. Things are getting interesting today! That's Maebara-san, he's our leader today! Just points to him. You! Glad to meet you! Kameda could have brought a bunch of athletes with him. Marching band, let's go. They are all very tall and full of spirit. Being greeted by a bunch of big people at once made me feel uncomfortable. Oh, but I shouldn't feel so intimidated by your own group and allies, no less. The commander can't act bashful in front of his troops. Following after them were nameless comrades who sympathized with our plight at Angel Mort yesterday. I hate to say it, but I never expected any of them to actually show up. Oh yay, those people. I hope they don't make things worse, honestly. Seeing them all here to support us made me feel glad. They seem plenty pumped up too, raising up furious cries? Shrieks? Kameda-kun did so much for me. He brought not only his classes, but also people from Angel Mort. I couldn't thank him enough. Don't worry, Kei, we're all brothers at Angel Mort. I heard from the people who went to the dessert fiesta today that the dessert named Innocent Blue Sundae is the best one. Okay. Let's eat together this summer. Alright then. Why are you here? Why are you here? Okay. Keiichi-kun, this is incredible. You got this many people by yourself? Oh, hi, you're too. Okay, it makes sense. I guess it kind of makes sense to bring Erie's thing, like Erie's entourage will be around, I guess, too. Hello. I expected you get this many people here. Good job. Tomataki-san, Takano-san, why are you two here? Just to watch the fireworks go off. Oh, you didn't know? They told us they'd come at the meeting last night. The coach is supposed to be here, too. Hello. Sorry I made you wait so long. I'm sorry for being so late. It took me a while to leave the clinic. Just clock on the time. Wow! Coach is amazing! It's amazing! The gang is all here, in some cases, regrettably. Coach had brought some sashes, headbands, and badges with him. Where did you get that? It was all in fucking goddamn the Erie Clinic storage? What? He was so well prepared. The sashes and headbands read, "Save Sadako Hojo," and "The consultation center must take action immediately." They were perfect for the protest. Okay then. He had brought lots of extras along too. Takano-san and Shion handed them out to other supporters. Well, it makes sense you're still here anyway, but you know. You know, Coach, I loathe that style of yours. You earned some respect today. You know, I really like these things. Only 60 of us know each other. I thought there was 50 of us. Do you not know how to count me on? But when we all wear the same headbands, I sort of feel a real sense of unity. It feels like I'm back at the damn conflict. Okay. People in Hinamizawa were wearing headbands and such just like these. It was like they were invincible. No one can make them stop. Tomitaki-san was exactly right. Even the kids from Okinomiya were willing to wear the headbands. It's like we're supporting a baseball team. Go team save Sadako! Here, Rika-san. Took us a while to get all these made. Erie, did you just put a halt on every single doctor's visit today and just okay crew, I'm trying to get your arts and crafts on right now. We're gonna make these badges and sashes for this protest later today. My good gosh. Erie. I'll do everything I can. I'll do my very best to help rescue Sadako-chan. Here, these are yours, Keiichi-kun. Felt like a field trip yesterday, but today's totally different. Oh my god, you just hand him a microphone, honestly, a megaphone. Stop this tyranny, help Sadako now. Just start bringing up speakers the next time we come here. Just start blaring them to this through the windows until it fucking shatters the glass. Yeah, I agree. I figured showing up in greater numbers would intimidate them, but this is way more impact. Bluffs really are important after all. Look at that! Lying is good! It's just about time. Call us attention, Captain. Captain? Just salute them, okay? And they all should salute in turn, okay? Don't hesitate. I'm just the person to set this up. Well, guess what? Get your fucking stars and the striped collars on. You're the captain right now, the colonel. Let's go. Keiichi-kun, you need to act more like a leader. What? That's the photo of someone who's not a leader just yet. I'll take more photos unless you fucking stand up and actually march us all into there. Just start spamming the shutter button. Get up there and stand strong. What the fuck? I walked out in front of everyone while Tomitaki-san took pictures. Everyone went quiet and turned their gaze to me. I felt so nervous. Yay, do a speech! But at the same time, I also felt really thrilled to see all of our comrades here. Thanks for being here today, everyone. As you know, it's been 4 days since my classmate Sadako Hojo was taken by her uncle. How can he claim to be your legal guardian? He used to beat her, and he neglected her for a whole year so he could live with his lover here in Okinomiya. The Child Consultation Center must urgently take care of this matter and save Sadako from him. However, they're putting her case on hold. They just don't understand how much of an emergency this is. Today, we're going to attempt our third appeal, so as to get them to save her as soon as possible. For those that saw Sadako-chan at school today, you should all know. She's at her wits' end in only 4 days. We can't leave her in that environment any longer. This is our third attempt. We have so many people on our side too. Let's let them know how important this is. We're not going to neglect our friend. Amazing. This really is the return of the damn conflict. Okay, then. Let's hope it doesn't end him that way, if anything can help it, apparently, from the sound of it. Maebara-kun wasn't even living here when that happened. This is quite interesting. He's making it all... The history's fucking repeating itself. Must be something about this village that brings people together. That's just the culture here, I think. Something like this happening was inevitable. I come from a city where neighbors don't even know each other's faces. I'm a little jealous. Oh my gosh, you live in the same city that the Keiichi was? Oh my gosh, you could have bumped into each other. Well, then you wouldn't even, like, look at each other like you did mention Soma. You probably met at some point. That's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps complaining about the lack of trains. What? Oh, God. Units prepared for assault! Give us due to lay our lives down today, Your Excellency. Okay, you guys are gonna be the literal, the first casualties. Just, I was gonna, don't march in first, but, if anything comes, here's the meat shields, okay? Press our demands, rescue the targets! Okay. Everyone follow K's command! Yeah! 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 God damn it. Everyone had that much vigor before we even entered the building. They had to have heard what was going on outside. In fact, panic-looking people were staring at us from the windows. We see you up there, pointing up the fucking, like, second or third story. Well, here goes nothing. Eerie pushed me forward, and I took the first step of our third attempt. The weight of 60 people on my shoulders. Is it 50 or 60 people? Make up your mind. Is it 70 people when you just miscounted? Oh my good god. We went through the automatic doors, and slowly crossed 20 meters to the counter. How will they take this? Panicked. The first day was just a counselor. Yesterday was a manager. Think we'll get the guy in charge today? I don't know. But I'm sure they'll understand just how much we care about her. Hello. How may I help you today? Same as yesterday. We're here to appeal for immediate action on behalf of Sadako Hojo. At the far end of the office, I saw the manager from yesterday talking to a guy sitting behind an important-looking desk. I can tell he was intimidated to see so many people. She answered that this was the day we'd finally close the deal, but I couldn't be that optimistic yet. To be honest, our current numbers are probably the maximum number of people I could get. Maybe, possibly, but I'm actually kind of surprised that she was actually more optimistic, just in that line, apparently. So what will we do if things didn't work out today? I put up a brave front, but internally I was nearly cracking with the anxiety. But looking at the hopeful, encouraging expression on Reina's face as she walked beside me helped disperse those timid feelings. Look, Keiichi, are you or Reina the red flame? Like, make your choice right now. You said you were gonna be the red flame yesterday, but is Reina the blue flame? What have you? What have you? Reina might hold the very same worries inside of her heart. Everyone must be wondering if we really can save Sadako or not. But today, we're supporting each other by hiding these worries. That was unmistakably our team's strong point. We could never have gathered so much energy and strength if we were alone. That power can only be created when people work together. It takes forever for a drop of water to wear away at one rock, but a tsunami can break into pieces in a second. Nice analogy. The manager approached the counter. He started speaking to me. Since the meeting room wasn't open today, he couldn't let us all into one room. However, the head of the office was willing to see us, so we could use the reception area in front of his desk. Since the room is so small, however, he asked us to choose 3 representatives to come inside. I am truly sorry. I hope you understand this is out of concern for our visitors, and sure that they're willing to cooperate. We were here with all these people, and they were only letting 3 of us inside. I don't want to refuse her offer, but Mion told me to take it. If we occupied the office with our numbers, they could fault us for obstructing their business. I think they're intimidating enough. The head of the office willing to talk with you today. I think that's the best treatment you can get from them. Then where else can we go from here? Let's just go to the people are the bosses of them, and just keep going up the ladder until we go to the fucking Prime Minister of Japan, apparently. They're all shaking like scaredy cats. Meow meow. Okay. Still, it's definitely a lie that the meeting room isn't available today. I think so too. But Michan is right. I think they're intimidating enough. The head of the office is the top of the whole organization. He's willing to talk to us, we might have to compromise as well. If we refuse to see him, that will go on the record. We don't want them to be able to claim that we refuse to talk to him. I think we should make it clear that we're here to have a conversation. It's good to get suggestions from so many different people. If it was only me, I would have just gotten pissed off and left. That's probably not the best idea. Once again, I felt how important it was that we were a team. I understand. Three of us will go talk to him then. Who are you gonna choose? I'm gonna make your pick right now. Is it Reina and one other person? One other person. Choose wisely. Keiichi, couldn't you to go? No, now that you said that, I was already thinking that, but now that you mentioned it, now I feel like that's reverse psychology. Well, then I think Coach and Mii-chan would be the best choice. If the head of the office recognizes me, they'll think that this is the Shimazaki family's doing. I can't let them think that, since my family has nothing to do with this case. I'm really sorry, but it's those adult circumstances again. Yay. Saving Sadako was our fight. The old hag has nothing to do with this anyway. But you, Reina-san, you should go and talk with them. I don't mind, but how about you, Rika-chan? Okay. Me? Anxiety attack on the spot. As Sadako-chan's best friend, I think you should be a representative. I guess it could be the emotional appeal, honestly. And we just have, I guess, someone be, I guess, the strong stance, I guess, and then someone just be well-versed in, I guess, the legal, I guess, prowess, honestly, just to back things up. So, basically, I guess, two sides for talking emotional and one, like, adult for logical. That's actually kind of a nice lineup. Rika-chan is a quiet girl, so it'd be hard for them to understand what she's thinking. However, she's Sadako's best friend. She'd been living with her for the past year, as if they were family. She has the strongest bond with Sadako out of any of us. Alright, Coach, Rika-chan, and me, we're going in. God damn it, I have to be Coach. Roger? Who's Roger here? I thought everyone here is Japanese. Who the fuck is Roger here? I'll get everyone under control. Mian winked at me and started explaining the situation to everyone else. Oh my good god. That's one step for this. But if this doesn't work, honestly, then means like either they come up with another plan, or just trying to convince people who are probably even more stubborn. Honestly, you can't even. It's only if you can't work this out, you're still in a weird place, like trying to make sure, try to literally change stubborn people's minds. Honestly, and it's literally then choose between three different people of how to change their minds, honestly. Who's probably the most we can get to convince them, honestly. So, I never thought I'd be chosen as one of the representatives. I'm not a very good speaker, so really, Reina or Shion should have been picked instead of me. I just couldn't refuse when they told me that Sadako's best friend should be the one to go. They told us to sit on the couch inside of the visitor's room. The counselor, the manager, and the head of the office are there. Oh, technically we have 4 people in here. We broke their rules, technically speaking, but don't worry, they can't see Hanyo. They can't, so don't worry about it. The counselor, the manager, and the head of the office were there. The way they treated us was improving every time we came. I didn't know if today's appeal would change anything, but I was starting to feel the direction of fate shift little by little. Well, someone should get a fate bulldozer and move all the rocks in one direction. What do you think, Rika? Things have changed dramatically in only a few days. I had no idea what will happen next. Hanyo appeared beside me. It's been a while since she showed up. Hanyo was assuming that we still wouldn't be able to save Sadako in this world either. She always felt it was best to just watch what happened without hoping for a positive change. I've been hurt so many times after being betrayed while hoping for change. Surely that wasn't good for my soul. I've been beaten down over and over again. It's better to be quiet and do nothing. It's better not to expect change. That way if something bad happens, I won't feel pain. My fate was already a dead end. But was that really true? I mean, if it's a dead end, you can just drive the bulldozer straight through the goddamn side of the mountain and just pave your own way through, okay? Okay, it's not a fucking dead end, it's just another obstacle, okay? I did my best in many of my previous lives. However, I had always acted alone. A miracle only happens when everyone combines their efforts. I was trying to feel the depth of what that meant. Even so, that didn't guarantee that we could save Sadako. This was the best chance I had so far, certainly. That still didn't prove anything. I can't call it a miracle just yet. A miracle is something far more dramatic. So this wasn't a miracle. Not yet. It wasn't a miracle just yet. There was still someone else who needed to reach out for this to become a miracle. Everyone has been working so hard. They truly believe they could bring about a miracle. Who amongst them doesn't believe? Isn't there someone who's not reaching out her hand like everyone else is doing? So, basically it's because of Sadako that a miracle won't occur. So changed her mind. We'll change her sort of mind then. We made her pick now out of 3. Things won't change unless she starts seeking help herself. I know. That isn't so easy for her. Everyone is trying so hard to save Sadako, but she's not reaching out her hand out in turn. Before they even came here, they should have tried persuading her first. You think we should tell her to reach out her hand? Yes. I know that's not an easy thing for her, but it wouldn't be as difficult as waiting for another world as fortunate as this one. In any case, I'm the only one with a key to open her heart. I'm like family to Sadako. I know she thinks the same. I'm not trying to brag or anything. Sadako is like family to me as well. No, my feelings toward her are even deeper than that. It might be only 1 year for Sadako, but I spent decades with her. You know, I just realized something. I know why this isn't yet a miracle. Why is that? For a miracle to happen, everyone must come together. But someone is still missing. One person is still not working with everyone. Who's the traitor in this group right now with us? That's why the miracle hasn't occurred. Are you talking about Sadako? No. It's me. I'm talking about me. I myself am the traitor. I've just been observing them like a spectator. I've been tired of this internally repeating world and acted like a witch. I had forgotten the powerful feelings needed to change fate. In other words, it was like I was supposed to be an actress, but was just sitting back and eating popcorn. I'm not a spectator. I'm one of the people on the stage. That's why this play was never successful. It's like one of the main actress in the play just like all right, I was there to set up the scene. Okay, time to get just jump down off the stage and just sit in the front row, just eating popcorn, loudly, noisily, just hanging to other audience members. You want some? In the world where Reina took over the school, if I hadn't done anything, Keiichi would have died in an explosion. Because I got on the stage like I was supposed to, the play didn't end that way. Was there that one choice, I guess, get Rika's help, and, there was another to get Sadako's help, too, though? Or at least, no weird... the choice with Sadako actually was the weirdest one, actually, going back to that. Of him, either just say, do you have an idea yet, Sadako? It's she gets put on the spot, I don't know! Or just, or just put faith in her, honestly, no, she actually then, has enough good state of mind to, say, oh yeah, there! On the roof. I'm a part of this world, too. It's such an obvious thing, but I must have forgotten it a long time ago. I had to open up her heart. I had to set her free from Satoshi. I'm sure someone else can do that too, but I have the greatest chance of success. If I don't get up on that stage again, a miracle's never gonna happen. I'm not just realizing, no, the only choice they had was, with Sadako actually changing her mind. The other choice actually Keiichi could make then was, the teacher. Oh wait, no, it was saying whether it was a good idea or not for Rika, will things go right. Then then Keiichi just left the room to them, then go with Chi-sensei. Rika? You wanted the same thing over and over again and got hurt, remember? Yeah, that was another thing, because, This has been happening for decades, and you still had determination for, absolute, half a century, and still nothing came of it? Even the times when you actually try to get people on your side as well? And, by this point, forgotten most of those attempts over and over again? It just feels a tiny bit weird. Only now it works, because now everyone, remembers of all the past lives instead. Are you gonna make the same mistake again? I'm aware of that, but I'll never end up in a world this fortunate again. The cheap resolve to try hard again in the next world will just cost me efforts to reach a dead end somewhere else. far more easily in a more hopeless form than it will in this world. This is my last chance. If this world doesn't work out, then I'm gonna give up. What? Hanya looked at me with surprise. For us, the term giving up means a lot more than what it sounds like. It doesn't only mean that I'll accept my fate. It means that I'll accept the dead end waiting for me. In other words, accept my death. Like, the entire time you just had the opportunity, the power to just go, I'm dead now? No. Screw you. Rewind. Huh? You know, regrets occur even when we haven't made an effort, you know? I was blessed with such a fortunate world this time. I mean, I never thought our uncle would come back, but overall, this has been a very lucky life. With this wind at our backs, I think I probably unfurled my sails as far as I can. That's why I believe this time will be different. And I also think that if this doesn't work out, nothing will. If that happens, I think I'll be able to finally give up. Don't say that! I'm the only person who can communicate with Hanyo. If I disappear, she'll have to go on with her life all alone. That's the last thing Hanyo wants to happen. That's just why Hanyo says the thing she does. She doesn't want my lifespan to wither away by getting hurt emotionally. You see, I belong here, in this play. You show me how to enjoy watching it. The play won't move on as long as I refuse to act. Sure, that's why it always results in a dead end. Rika, I'm sure that one day you'll get another fortunate life where her uncle doesn't come back. I'm sure that you'll roll an extra 6 this time. A fortunate world like this one, where Sadako's uncle doesn't come back. You're right. That really would be wonderful. Still, trying to beat my fated death is another issue entirely. That sounds wonderful, but it's still not guaranteed. Let's wait for another opportunity. Please. Please don't say that you're gonna give up after this world. If I die, no one will ever hear you cry again. All you'll be able to do is make people sense your presence by making noise. Well, I'm heading back to the stage. I'm gonna do what I can. You're sick of repeating all this over and over again, aren't you? I'd rather repeat everything than spend the rest of my life without you. Apparently she thinks this time loop that's driving me mad is far better than having no one to talk to. Yeah, social creature stuff and also that. Like, it's something that I got that's a thing that keeps popping up when someone, like, becomes immortal, like, has a very much longer lifespan. The whole idea of them, is it better to have, like, be immortal or not? Like, absolutely. Like, if you're, like, immortal with a group of people, then that's fine. But, like, if you're just immortal alone, no. Just no. I even know that at some point when you become like that, like so many centuries and like years in the future, honestly, even with a group of people, honestly, there's gonna be a point where you're just depressed, but you can't really do anything else. I'll just see a story try to tackle that, I guess, feeling, honestly. Apparently she thinks this time loop that's driving me mad is far better than having no one to talk to. But that's just how she feels. I want to overcome fate and see what's waiting in the future too. But it wouldn't mean anything if you weren't there with me. I'm sure that's similar to my own claim that there's no point living past June 1983 if I'm the one who does. My ideal future is to survive past June 1983. And let the happy times continue like always, without anyone missing. Well, by that point, like, I'm assuming that means, like, you tried, like, saving, like, Satoshi. Honestly, nothing else changed, so, It's like the same exact feeling anyway. Hanyo feels the same way. She doesn't want a world like where I'm not by her side. We're repeating this world only because we wish to do so. It wasn't just Hanyo's power, it was one that we shared together. Hanyo wants to be with me, just like I want to build myself a happy future. We both want the same thing. If I refused to repeat the world again, my long life would be over. Yet, I never refused, no matter how sick and tired of it I was. For over 100 years, I kept believing that something good would happen eventually. However, our power is weakening. We can only go back a few weeks at most now. We have so little time left to try and change our fate. If we kept it up, eventually we'd only be able to go back to the morning of the day I was gonna die. And that'd just be a definite dead end for sure. I don't think a life this fortunate will ever come my way again. If my time is unlimited, I'm sure that will eventually happen. I can't count it happening in what time I do have left. I mean, if it's only been happening for centuries as well, yeah. It's still just a hard exact situation because, like, even when so many different things happen at once, it's still into the same exact way. The only way to actually, find out who's behind it all is, like, somehow easily or coincidentally just, like, finding out who the killer is and, like, staying alive long so you remember it for your next life. But I'm assuming, like, even if it's that traumatic each and every time, then it's practically impossible then. At least just to have a time where you find out who the culprit is there all this time. It's still, like, a couple of days at most to, like, process it, then survive. But that's probably not gonna happen either. Like, I'm pretty sure from the sound of it, the very second they get found out that same day, Rika finds out about them, they'll just take action immediately no matter the consequences by that point. So, Hanya told me to wait for another chance because she doesn't want to see me lose myself, but she isn't feeling tempted like I am. It's a nightmare to die over and over again. Before I end up in that hell, I want to pull the curtain down with my own hands. This is gonna be my last world. If this one doesn't work out, I'm not gonna repeat it again. It must be even weirder now, if, like, the fourth, like, question arc didn't happen, this probably would have just been the moment, be seen as almost the last answer arc installment, honestly, which oh boy. Let me translate what she's trying to say. This world is no different from any other world. You're not gonna win, so don't bet on this life. Your lifespan is not as short as you think. You should wait for your next opportunity in this endless June. Stay with me until then. Stay with me and wait for the next chance. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Then, why don't you just pray for us? Pray that we can pursue the Child Consultation Center and save Sadako. Pray that I can defeat the fate of 1983. If I overcome this fate, let's do all the things I promised I'd do. Let's eat this year's watermelon while enjoying the evening breeze through the window. What kind of fall are we gonna have? How much snow are we getting this winter? Let's enjoy the weather. Let's enjoy all the sorts of things we've never seen before. Let's watch the next episode of the TV show we like. Let's enjoy our future together. You always said we were gonna work hard until that day came. But it's not fair for you to say that you're gonna give up when just this light doesn't work out. I'm sorry I couldn't keep that promise. I'm sure that we'll overcome this fate. You'll be there with me, Hanyo. Let's look up at the blue sky when that happens. I'm sure the sky this summer of 1983 is more beautiful than any sky we've ever seen. I'm sure gonna make a miracle happen in this world. God didn't design humans so they can redo their lives over and over again like me. Yay, everyone's stuck with their own personality and their own choices. People usually only have one chance, yet they can still make miracles happen with effort. They work so hard because they know they'll never have a chance to do it over again. That's why miracles occur. But if I can't make one happen with all of that, I just have to give up. I don't need another life. I'm gonna make a miracle happen in this one. My friends taught me that. They taught me that miracles can happen when everyone works together. So it's gonna happen. You'll make it happen. We're gonna have a wonderful future in this life. Rika... Hanya disappeared, sobbing sadly. She was no longer in my sight, but I could still talk to her. Just went complete invisible mode, okay. Hanyo, we're gonna have a bright future in this world. Just trust me. If you would just give me your power, it'd be easier to make a miracle happen. This is the best possible stage I can hope for. The actors on the stage and the audience before can help each other. If you wish, you, the audience, can change the story too. I just go into the game's code and just reprogram the ending. I made my decision. I'm going up on the stage now. Just having a fun time, just imagining the whole time she's like whispering, like in the room while everyone's talking. I'm just hiding in the corner, everyone just like, what are you doing? I'm not going to complain anymore. I'll do my best, just like Keiichi and my other friends. I'm not gonna make any more excuses. I'm not gonna wait for another fortunate world. I had to do my best in this one. I'm not talking about my decision to die after this world is over. I'm just saying that people are meant to have only one chance to live. That's why they work so hard. Because I had so many chances to redo my life. I haven't been working hard enough. I was never able to make a miracle happen. In my previous life, Reina took over the school. Because they got in her way, Keiichi made it in time to stop the explosion. The story changed because I decided to get up on the stage. Perhaps my other lives before that, I could have changed my situation if I worked hard enough without giving up. I kept giving up so easily, eventually lost interest in those worlds. And so, a miracle never happened. Probably a party bit at some point you just start having perfectionist mindset. If this isn't met, or like the world isn't this, then we can't do this or that then. A miracle never happened because I was always relying on the fact that I'd have another chance. I'm just wondering if, like, again, you try to change things even back when the curse happened either, and like nothing changed from there either. And the same with your parents, then Sadako's parents, like you try to be the same, like try to be there with her, like when her parents went but refused several times, and you try to like sneak out over there and it still happened or what, you can even see how it happened. And then with the whole aunt and uncle thing with Satoshi and then Sadako here, didn't really change anything either. Hanyo, I hope you can understand. Please, don't be sad. And work hard with me in this world. I couldn't tell if she understood me. I certainly spoke to the officials about how much danger Sadako is in. Keiichi and Eri also made their appeals from the bottom of their hearts. I had no idea the Child Consultation Center took what we said so passionately. All I could do was pray. Sorry, your thing was denied. Oh god. Just a stamp. How was it, Kei-chan? Well, it felt like a repeat of yesterday. We both went over the same things we talked about then. We're still not reaching them? I guess they said they'd look at matters more carefully? Pretty much. They said they would visit once a week and make a decision one month from now. They're gonna leave her with her uncle for a whole month? How come they can't understand how much Sadako will be hurt in that time? Maebara-san clearly explained to them the danger she's facing. He also told them about what happened to her last year. However, they're really not going to consider it an urgent case unless Sadako-chan seeks help herself. I don't mean to cut into your conversation. Well, you're already doing that already, cutting through the guide intention like a butter knife with scissors. But is it possible for you to get Sadako-chan to ask for help? He said that he's going to destroy Satoshi-kun's room if she tries to leave him. What a horrible thing to say. Yeah, by that point, like, there's nothing that we can really do with her, but yeah. How to change her mind. Unless we literally break into the house and steal all of Satoshi's things, and so he doesn't destroy the furniture, and make sure that the uncle has no reason. Well, that's going to be a harder thing to do because the uncle is staying inside the house the entire time. He's not leaving the house anytime, so Mm. They're still not changing their minds? Sadako can't even ask for help because she's being taken advantage of. By this point, the only thing it seems like we can do is, like, it has something to, like, do with an extreme at one end or another. Like, either just stealing to make sure like, Satoshi's stuff doesn't get, like, moved, like, destroyed and all that for later on, or legitimately, kill. That or like, somehow fucking change, like, again, someone's mind, their mind on again. And yet, every single time, like, changing someone's mind when they're that stubborn is honestly just almost impossible unless they actually sit down and say they're willing to actually listen. But that's on their end. If you can't really change their mind from everything you do on your end, all you really can do is give up the opportunity, honestly, at this point. The purpose of a child consultation center is to protect children. I was starting to get angry the more I thought about it. As I thought about it some more, I realized they were just trying to do their job. Yeah, again. So it's basically, we can't really even get mad at them anyway. Just mad at the circumstances itself only. Well, also the uncle, but there's that too. We can point fingers at that person, the circumstances, but just mostly just that. Mostly just him. I realized that they were just trying to do their job. It was just that our opinions differed about the degree of urgency. Yeah. We told him to save Sadako-chan as soon as possible. They told us that she should be the one asking for help. Yeah, but still, even when, like, it was already that dire, even to the 3, they still didn't do anything. So, at this point, they're just impossible to get help from. Literally, impossible to get help from. So, by this point, the only thing we can do is, like, go by the source and actually talk to Oreo, because I don't think besides that very passionate, like, heart, like, speech that like Shion tried to, like, well, Shion mostly just insulted her grandmother when they talked about Satoshi, like, tried to appeal to her, and, like, of course, being insulted, like, when you're trying to be as the face of the leader is not going to go over well, so maybe there's still a chance I actually talk to her like that, and by this point, she's the only chance we have, because it's either we go and try to urgently, like, like, calmly, like, talk to Oreo and actually get her change her mind, and that in turn change the mind of the consultation center, then Sadako, or somehow actually make sure to get rid of any leverage that the uncle has over, Sadako itself, making sure to move him, all her things. But I'm assuming, like, she's gonna, like, even if we do that, it'll still go over to the fact of the uncle and just destroying the walls in the room, and I'm destroying that a bit of, like, Satoshi's room, so that's not gonna help either. So the only choice we have is to just change her mind, honestly, or do drastic stuff. It's only that. That's the only other choice we have. And then by that point, yeah. Is there any way to resolve this? Is there any way to get an SOS from her? We spoke to them about it. It seemed like they were listening closer to us, but it also sounded like they were just still not going to take any action. Damn it. When the head of the office showed up, I thought I could change things today, but it's again, you're still, like, almost insulting, I guess, their leadership and all that in a tiny bit of a way. Everything went the same as yesterday, and we still weren't able to persuade them. However, I'm sure we're making progress. It might seem like they were standing our blows at a first glance, but they're feeling the weight behind them. I mean, there's that, but we don't have time. Literally, again, all my reservations come down to that. We don't have time. We're not going to give up just because it didn't work out today. We're going to fight until they get off their butts and save Sadako. I told everyone that we're going to do this again tomorrow too, but we might get less people next time. This is really annoying. Working so hard, that's all we can do? Damn it. We can't give up yet. We might have less people tomorrow. We're not going to call off our 4th appeal. They might even see the less members, honestly, as they actually seeing, like, the wane in the protest then as well. If no one comes, I'm going. I'm not going to give up until they agree to help Sadako-chan. Same here. I'm never going to give up. Thank you, Mion. I'll take whoever comes. I could see you guys in the window. Those banners must have really looked intimidating to them. I just realizing, actually, isn't it only the consultation center on the 1st floor? and the rest of them are just government levels. So leave people on the second and third floor just staring down like, what the hell is happening to those folks in the first floor? Well, I'm glad I'm not working down there. My good God. I'm glad I stayed up all night to make them. Thank you for the sachets too, Eerie. They're the ones that just make you want to just say registered protester instead of like registered police officer or just a doctor. Honestly, that's just funny to me. No problem. I wish I could do more than this. I'm gonna get more involved. I also give up on saving Sadako, but seeing Keiichi and Eerie talking with the head of the office today made me feel motivated. Rika-chan was always watching us from afar. Made me a little more happy to see Rika-chan getting more active in the whole movement. I wonder what Rika-chan can do. The next time I see Sadako, I'm gonna persuade her to seek help. I think I'm the only one who can do that. The same thing was all in our minds. The issue will be resolved the moment Sadako seeks help. But nobody can say that to her, because we all know that she is dealing with the memories of her brother. Sadako, I know how you feel about Satoshi, but this is different. Please, ask the Child Consultation Center to help you. As long as you're seeking help, they're ready to save you any time. Don't be afraid that your uncle is going to destroy Satoshi's room. Please ask for them to save you. Without even knowing Satoshi's face, I can never say that to her. The only person who can ask her to seek help is Rika-chan. She's been living with her for the past year, and she's like family. Literally, Rika's the only possible chance to change her mind. If that doesn't work, then I'm again back to those same other two options, which I'm again rocking a hard place. But at least now we have an entire people enforced to well, the police are still watching them, so we could still do Keiichi's plan, honestly. Right. Well, since we, goddamn, when we talked to Oishi, he probably knows something's up. Ooh, boy. That's true. I told her today, but she didn't listen to me. It's sad, but the only person who can really talk to Sadako-chan is Rika-chan. I wish I could talk to her too, but I agree. Rika-chan is her best friend. If she can't persuade her, no one can. If we can open Sadako-chan's heart, I'm sure everything will resolve itself. It might be the better approach, rather than going to the Child Consultation Center like this. Pressure! It's all on you! That's not quite true. Although Reina isn't wrong either. We both have to reach out our hands. Sadako needs to reach out her hand too. I also have to do the same. If everyone doesn't work together, a miracle's not gonna happen. I didn't work hard enough because I didn't believe we could do it. So a miracle never happened. So I'm gonna make a greater effort. So I'm sure Sadako will take my hand. Can't really explain what I want to say. I'm sorry. Rika-chan is usually a quiet girl, but she talks a lot every once in a while. I mean, just because she's quiet doesn't mean that she's not thinking about anything. In fact, because she's quiet, she has about a lot inside her heart that she's never expressed. Yes. We're going to continue our appeal to the consultation center. Rika-chan is going to persuade Sadako. This is the best approach, or at least the best one that I can think of. It might be slow and quiet, but now that I'm in the game, I can't quit until I win. If I gave up, I'd lose everything that I bet on. We're gonna save Sadako. We just have to work together. But obviously, we don't have much time left to fight. What to do? We're definitely gonna have less people tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the first sign of death sentence from this protest plan, honestly, so, In other words, we can't intimidate the Child Consultation Center any more than we did today. I couldn't see any way to break our deadlock with the Consultation Center, so no choice but to swallow down the irritation starting to boil up my chest and pretend not to notice it. It's getting pretty dark. Mion-san, you should tell everyone to go home now. I have a festival committee meeting tonight, so I had to head straight there to this. Okay, is that the day... Is this the day before the festival, or... Oh, I need to go to the meeting, too. I almost forgot. That meant I had to go too. Well, it wouldn't be a big deal if I missed the meeting. I should still go. I don't understand most of the things that you were even talking about there, but I don't want to be rude. The only thing I can think of, like, besides that is, like, just the fact that, Keiichi is, like, slowly being involved in the meetings here that might change, Oreo's mind, but, if not, then, I'd have no choice but to go. I guess we need to wrap things up for today. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it in time for the meeting. Mion thanked all the people who came today, and told them to meet the same place the same time tomorrow. And with that, the third day of her desperate appeal was over. Hello? It's me, Keiichi. Don't speak to me in the fourth wall, don't you fuck. Yeah, I'll eat when I get home. I'm going straight to the assembly hall from here. Dad is on his way, right? Okay, got it. I called my mom and told her that I'd be going to the meeting without coming home. I'd just be going there, like, doing a meeting starving. Hopefully there'll be something changing there, honestly. We've been getting that one bit or more, honestly. What would be to get some advice from Oishi or just, all that. I get there kind of early, but if I went home first, I wouldn't make it in time. Mion, Rikichan, and Eri were gonna head there with me. Shion said that she was also coming, and now Rain didn't want to go home alone either. Peer pressure, we're all going. My dad won't be home until late tonight, so I'm coming too. I hope that's alright with you guys. I hope. That's fine with us. We're just slowly starving right here. When we get back, okay? They'll be glad to see a bunch of young people there. Getting them more involved in the adult activities. The average age will plummet. We'll go down to the 12s. I guess it'd be like the well, I'm assuming everyone's even older, like 60s, something like that. Like 30s then or 40s. So I want to say hi to Uncle Kimiyoshi too. Haven't seen him in quite a while. Well, I head toward the Furry Shrine in the dim light. Wasn't it like almost like Keiichi and Mion and actually Keiichi's dad actually last time? So, The light was on the assembly building. Some people had already arrived. Good evening. You guys are early. Hello, Mion-chan and her friends. It's Mion and Co. Actually, thank you very much. Oh, good evening, Dr. Eri. Good evening. You're here early. Oh, well, we don't have anything else to do. More people started coming to the meeting hall. Everyone seemed to come so early. I should probably come earlier from now on, too. Yeah, fall fucking in line, Keiichi. You fucking fall in line. I thought I saw a lot of fashionable shoes at the entrance today. There are lots of young people here. Fashionable. Oh, Shion-chan, it's been so long. What brought you here today? Everyone bowed to the newest arrival. It was the mayor, Kimiyoshi-san. He strode into the room with the other committee members. Hello, it's been a while. I was hanging out with my sis and just happened to come along with them. Just happened. Oh, is that so? Well, you're welcome here. You're coming to the Wanto Nagashi Festival this year, right? Yes, I'm going this year for sure. I'm going to see Kei-chan hosting the auction, too, and see him flounder. I guess it's time for people like you to take over the festival. By the way, I want to talk to you, Mion-chan. You come this way? Fine, fine. What is it? Is that guy from the refreshment booth that seems angry? He fucking poured all the lemonade right in front of him. He's never gonna let grudge go. Ah, well. Mion head outside with Kimiyoshi-san and the committee members. There's only one room in the building, so they have to go outside if they want to talk in private. Talking about something about the whole Hojo situation because of the phone call, so Well, today's Thursday, so we only have 3 more days to the festival. Okay, look, that's been solidly said right now. 3 more days. If there's another weird thing with the time, the calendar with this game, then I will not forgive it. There's so many things happening right now. You said it was 2 more weeks, and it was the day before, 2 more days before that. What is it anymore? Time is going wishy-washy over the place. That Hanya's power is going so fucking crazy now that apparently we're going back and forth between the calendar days, and everyone still remembers their fucking days and, like, fucking remembers everything from the day before then, previously, quote-unquote. Oh my good god, what is then happening? That means the entire world actually is going absolutely insane. The black hole, the fabric reality is going completely fucking bonkers. Are you ready for the auction? There's not much they can do for now. I'm ready to get up on stage and do my thing, though. I think Keiichi performs best under pressure. You have no idea. Everyone laughed. Hee-hoo-ah. Hee-hooing and hawing. We continued to chat about the festival. We talked about what kind of festival young people like us would want to see. That sort of stuff. You see large, like, just giant fairgrounds and amusement park themed rides everywhere. Suddenly, Mian tapped me on the shoulder, jump scaring me. Yeah. Kei-chan, I need you for a second. She gestured for me to follow her out front without letting the others know. What did she want? You are now part of the private big kids group conversation. Oh, hi. Once aside, I see Mion, Chi-sensei, and the principal. Oh, okay, the rest of them are just not here. Oh, Chi-sensei, Mr. Principal. Yes, we're doing a second roll call now. Oh, good evening. Chi-sensei responded to my greeting, but the principal must not have heard me since he didn't. He's, not a good mood, I'm assuming. His eyes were closed. He seemed lost in thought. That sight caused our happy, chatty feelings to cool off quickly. My intuition told me this had to be about something bad. I mean, Chi-sensei did say she was going to talk to the school board education, I guess, so, I need to talk to you, Maebara-kun. That doesn't sound good. Nope, it doesn't. I dropped my little measuring tape I fiddle with. Are you going to the Child Consultation Center again tomorrow? Yes. We'll keep fighting until they save Sadako. That's our mission. I don't know if we'll get as many supports we did today, but we're going back there again. I'm just gonna imagine, like, if they kept up with this whole plan, until something bad happens to Sadako, then there'd be a whole entire, like, horrible, like, I told you so moment with them. Like, you didn't listen to us after all this time, and look what happened. You take responsibility now. Oh, boy. Right, Mion? Maebara-kun, I know you've already made plans for tomorrow, but after that, I think you should wait and see what they do. Thanks to the advice from Oichi-san last night, I already had an idea of the situation. Is this a warning, Chi-sensei? So, like, then just 2 more days before the festival happens then. They think of something else. If our protest grows any bigger, the village officials will have to take notice of it. That's why you're telling me to quit now, isn't it? Maebara-kun, I think what you're doing is a good thing. You're not wrong to pursue the things you believe in. However, the town thinks you're crazy. You stop talking about after that. Chi-sensei was supporting us until just yesterday. I guess another thing now because the people that actually hate the Hojo family are now are probably gonna jump down onto the throats now of that. So look at that. So the town itself is against this now. Yay! Yay. Yeah. She even came to the Child Consultation Center with us on the second day. So for her to start saying completely the opposite, I felt slightly dizzy from the shock of it. Kei-chan, let me explain her instead. Chi-sensei is still supporting us as an individual. However, well, not as a school. Is she being pressured by the Board of Education or something? Chi-sensei would never bow to pressure. You have no idea how courageous she is. She knew the Board of Education came to this village when the Hinamizawa branch school was still not approved by the government. I think Mian told me about that story before. The school was closed when the damn conflict happened. However, the village children still came to the school to learn. There were no teachers there, though, because the school wasn't officially operating. Oh, makes sense because the government took over like that. Oh, yay. Oh, that small detail. Oh, shit. My good god. That was when Chi-sensei arrived. As they won the Dan conflict, the Sonozaki family and other villagers made an appeal, and the school's existence was finally approved. Our school did not have an easy start. The government was against it. Well, I mean, of fucking course they were. The villagers forced them to approve. Chi-sensei came along with us on our appeal yesterday. That was very courageous of her, but Now people want to close the school or pay attention to what we're doing. Oh. So, well, obviously, there's still people want to make sure the whole town goes down and under, honestly, so... So what was it? Now we're dealing with the town itself going against the Hojo whole situation here. And then the government who wants the entire town to be disposed of. Time and Space apparently who wants everyone to be like, you know, in a bad state of mind or like I'm completely dead with the Hinamizawa great disaster, gas disaster, whatever have you. Yeah. So just being upright in all fucking sides then. In a world that's letting all this fucking happen. So, again, with all that in mind, Fate and Destiny can go screw and fuck themselves over, okay? Again, I can't make my opinion of Fate and Destiny any more clear than that, okay? Shin-sensei can't support us openly anymore. She stared at the ground as Mion spoke. Never seen her look so sad. If it was just about me, I wouldn't care what happened. I don't want to be a teacher who can't even fight for her own students. I can't put the whole school in jeopardy. Yeah, so it's not just one, it's now the entire school now. Either you focus on the entire school, or whole place will be shut down if you focus on one student then. I don't know who told her this. Whoever it was, they warned her not to escalate things around Sadako's case. They threatened the existence of the school to make her obey, and pressured her with responsibilities she couldn't take on her own. You know, yesterday, Oishi-san told me something similar. In this exact same spot, too. Wait, out here? I thought we were inside for all of that. My god. He warned me that if I kept escalating this, then I'd be fighting against the elders who still don't like the Hojo family. Or something like that. At this point, I'm probably thinking about it. If you, like, try to, like, appeal to Oreo, like, you'll still then have to contend with the rest of the council members, and too. So then fighting against people who actually helped found the town. He told you that? Well, he's not really wrong. Mion looked at the ground along with Chi-sensei. I always thought Chi-sensei and Mion were stronger people. So seeing them both hang their heads like, this is hopeless, made me feel like we're being pushed into a dead end, and I hated it. You were just the child consultation center with us. You told everyone to come again tomorrow. That's the Mion I came to this meeting with. So when did she get swapped with this weak Mion? Okay, dial that way back, Keiichi. Dial it down to 0. When I said, when did she get swapped, I immediately thought of one thing. Mayor took her outside the building earlier. Yeah. Like, they probably told her all about that, and they know about it, so, you better stop right now. I was already expecting it would come to this now. And so, again, you really have to make a direct appeal to it, but by this point, actually, if they already know directly what, like, the whole... Like, just have the phone call with, like, Oreo was on the phone, honestly, I don't think there's any way we can actually change our mind, honestly. The only thing that can change anyone's mind is Sadako, and if even Rika can change her mind, then there's really nothing you can do unless, murder, honestly. That, or I'm, figuring, like... This is the whole thing, I guess, saying of, like, Teppei would leave from, like, the bank book, but honestly, no one here absolutely knows about that. No one knows why he's here. Absolutely no one. Not even Rika. And the only one who would even know about that is Sadako. At that point, she's still in the state of mind of him, not getting on his bad side at any point, so... And the only time she'd ever mention that is if she actually wants to get help. And by that point, like, everything changes then. But she's not gonna bring that up at all. So the only point of contention we had to save her is either just... Is literally just, no matter what, it's either just one of two options now. It's literally just that. Either she comes along and just, like, actually helps, and actually asks for help, and goes along with him, saying him, she actually is being abused, or literally we forcibly stop it. That's only two options we have right now. Under these circumstances, honestly. Under these exact circumstances. It's only those two so far. Ugh. The mayor took her outside the building earlier, did he? Oh, I see. He called you out here to talk about this, didn't he? Well, kind of. It felt painful to see her fake a smile like that. She's only out here with him for about 10 minutes. What the hell did he tell her that crushed her spirit? Mion, Chi-sensei, the two of you are the strongest people I know. I respect you very much. I can't even imagine what kind of pressure would cause you to change your opinions overnight. I didn't feel like getting mad at them. They were just as passionate about saving Sadako as I was. Towards them, I felt nothing but pity. Maebara-kun, I don't know what to say. You don't need to apologize. I could feel an angry tone enter my voice. I had enough. Tell me something. Why do the old people in this village still hate the Hojo family that much? The damn conflict is over. Sadako is totally innocent, isn't she? Why do they still hate her so much? The fucking sins of the father trip, honestly. Who hates her? Whose fault is this? Okay! I'm gonna have a chat with whoever that is. I don't think anyone actually hates the Hojo family. What? What are you saying? It's true that the Hojo family was the enemy during the dam conflict. The whole village believed that. After Sadako's parents died, people started realizing that she was innocent. But no one ever came forward to forgive her. I can explain why. Oh, hi, Shion. Oh boy, let me bring up the forgiveness. Like, it reminds me of this concept of now, but I'm, like the difference between, like, is Christian, Jewish, like, forgiveness, but, I'm forgetting the word for Jewish forgiveness and how different it is to Christianity forgiveness, but, I'll just leave that there before I can, come back to it later on. I need to read more about that. Oh, it got me so interested about it. Shion? Wasn't it Shion who appeared? Reina and Rika-chan were there with her. They'd come out to check on me. Never heard what we were talking about. After uniting to turn the Hojo family into their scapegoat, the village is still living in fear. Not because they're scared of them. Living in the fear that they end up connected to the Hojo family, they'll be made a scapegoat by the village too. Yeah. In other words, if you help a member of the Hojo family, he might get attacked by the village just like they did. It just comes back around to Shion's theory about a secret underground, I guess, forest almost, honestly, in Hinamizawa, which probably, in any case, is probably not made the main culprit, but at the very least, it's making them operate underneath it, whether intentionally or not, where Oreo, like, suggests something, and they either misconstrued or, like, follow along with what Oreo says, like, intentionally, and then carry something out like that. It's just the whole environment they're living in. So, again, like, I think Rika mentioned at the very beginning of this, the best way is to, remove the environment, or literally just, yeah, like, make sure the people involved are still alive, so, In other words, if you help a member of the Hojo family, you might get attacked by the village, just like they did. They still feel that way, years after the conflict. There's still the wounds, honestly, there, even after all this time, like, probably just because, like, actually because the curse still happens every year, it's still fresh in everyone's minds, even still then. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, after all that, like, it'll take, like, probably several more years of absolutely nothing happening before the environment actually just goes away, honestly. It has to be that. But because the whole curse happened every single year, everyone just keeps looping their minds all the way back around to when it first happened, with the damn construction foreman dying, and the damn product all over again. Because it happens every single year in the festival day, it's fresh in everyone's minds. It's just repeating. It's like fresh trauma all over again. Is that true? Everyone was always nice to Sadako-chan at school. Those are kids, though. Only the old people are involved in this. Or they're the core of the village. Yeah. Technically speaking, in a weird way, the kids technically are technical newcomers to the village, in a sense. Like, not really necessarily outsiders that are born into it, but newcomers then, since they're born and raised here. But well, I guess the complete knowledge, or at least the hatred they have, the elders had. So they might as well just be like newcomers anyway, or kind of almost outsiders in a sense. They have more initiation though, so They all believe the leader of the Sonosuke family, my granny, still hates the Hojo family, which she technically says in a manner of speaking, like, even if she doesn't anymore, like, she still has to put the face on anyway for a leadership role. Like, literally, it was already being, like, shut off with Keiichi, like, had to be, like, present that sort of facade over anyway. That's kind of how it is for like being a leader. Like, what was it? There's also still that like almost like daring rescue story of like a like I can't remember exactly the smaller details of it, but like a group of sailors and like that getting stuck in Antarctica, and with absolutely no hope of rescue, the leader had to basically just keep spirits up, like keep the pretense up that everything will work out definitely, definitely, even when he knew like he felt deep in his guts that it was all gonna be hopeless, and just sent some people out to hopefully go out for rescue, or maybe almost unintentionally led them to their deaths. You still to keep that goddamn mindset up until the very last breath, and then only then, where it seemed like everything was going at its worst, and those people who he sent out to get help came and rescued them. Probably things would have went way much worse, honestly, if he kept that mood down, honestly, but there's sometimes a time and place where you have to be strong, and sometimes we have to double down to say, we had to think of something else. Literally. There's a time and place for that. But that's not true. Granny is also afraid. She thinks that she forgives the Hojo family, the other elderly people lose trust in her. Yeah. It's politics, like, yeah, it's either just, like, it's very complicated, or it's all just fucking just drama. It's literally just one of those two. So, what do you mean? Who am I supposed to punch in the face? My god. The truth is, no one really hates the Hojo family. They all think we should forgive them. I can't come forward with that opinion. They're convinced everyone else still hates the Hojo family. Even if, like, no one really fully, like... It's probably one of those things, like, even if no one fully thinks, like, they did anything at fault, they're still blaming everything that happened in town on them, or just, like, their own, I guess, own insecurities and inadequacies on them. So, it's really just that. Like, blaming just, like, that one person or a small group of people, or just anyone that can be used as scapegoat to get some, I guess, be sane in some sense. Or just make sure you don't feel this afraid, anything like that. Like, shift that fear over to anger, or just, like, complete apathy. One of those two. Anything to not feel that. So, everyone's misunderstanding each other? And this is, like, misunderstanding on a fundamental level. Yay. And by this point, it's not even just a simple, like, misunderstanding, it's a tangled web of it. There's no way to untangle that right now so easily. That's right. You can ask all of them individually. You'll see that no one really hates Sadako. Her parents' death marked the closure of that hatred. After her parents died, my grandma told everyone not to bother the Hojo family anymore. However, she didn't tell people to forgive them. That's probably because my father... Oh, yay. Okay, oh shit. Rika-chan's father? Why is that? My father was so laid back that people started saying he didn't deserve to be a lead in the village anymore. Rika-chan's dad was a very relaxed guy. And then helped him come resolve things. Time people were burning with anger about the damn project were looking for a more aggressive leader. So my granny came forward and acted as one, in order to unite the whole village. And because of her role as an aggressive leader, she can't publicly announce that she's gonna forgive the Hojo family. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Once people get an image in your head about you, then it's hard to change that. Yeah. Well, people put a lot of stock into not changing their minds. You can't reverse your policy so easily. Probably not even in this environment with the curse happening still. That's terrible! People are refusing to forgive Sadako-chan and then blaming it on everyone else. I can't forgive her because they're afraid of what other people might think. That's awful. During that damn project, a few households actually thought that it would be fine to vacate their homes, if they were getting compensation money from the government. They couldn't say that out loud. The Hojo family, however, came forward with their opinion and announced that they were willing to vacate. Those households gained courage after seeing the Hojo family, and they almost established a group of people who agreed to leave. But now, since we can't really get help from them too much either now, because probably the same thing if like the rest of the majority of the village now, and since they're dead now, they might think there's someone out there who actually had like something to do with their deaths as well. Since almost things like in some case, like some people have been targeted from the damn conflict itself, so yeah, there's that too. It's the environment all over again. I'm sure you understand this after today, but in order to effectively protest at something, everyone has to have the same opinion. The whole, yeah, common enemy thing. It's important that the whole village is on the same page. Before the dam conflict, Hinamizawa was tearing itself apart instead of waging war. He said it was because my father was such a lazy leader. He never thought that he'd actually build a dam. He believed that we could reach a peaceful resolution just by negotiating. People thought that was why some families started agreeing to leave. Well, supporters of the dam plan evacuate, that sounds strange. The first I've heard of that. People in the village always said that they support the dam project. Yeah, they're probably just doing it to save face, honestly. God, it's that whole thing all over again. She's right. They usually claim that their enemies support the project itself. It sounds worse if you call them dam project supporters than if you call them evacuation supporters, doesn't it? So, like, yeah, I mentioned before, there's like a third side there who, like, didn't think that the plan was going to go, and they didn't support the damn project itself, but they felt like it was going to happen anyway, and they wanted to leave. They wanted to evacuate before it happened anyway. And everyone would just use that third side to lump in with the opposing side. So, it's the whole take my side or their side mentality only. And then they would just take you to be scapegoats then if you try to make a third or fourth side, honestly. If you call them evacuation supporters, it makes it sound like they're peaceful people who don't want to fight. By calling them dam product supporters makes it sound... I see. Especially as some of the, I guess, the dam, like, you know, dam product protesters, then demonize them. Like, ironically and funnily enough here. So, yeah. I see. It sounds more like a group of bad people trying to submerge the village underwater. It's all about appearances. Yay, politics. Coach had appeared. Candidly, it's almost also just extension of just normal people going through life anyway. That no one wants to see, be shown as being bad or in the wrong. Honestly, it's always been that. You know, it feels like that at the core. Honestly, I don't think there's probably just a rare bunch of people like absolutely don't care about that at all. Of how people see them. There's only a rare few people like that. But generally speaking, I'm assuming there's always that one part where they actually want to be seen as good by at least one or two people around them. I think those people absolutely do not care about that, are complete loners, honestly. He came outside after noticing how long we'd been gone. You've been talking at length about politics for so long. It's already fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Go home. It's school night. The village of Hinamizawa was brimming with a sense of unity. Mr. Furude was not able to unite the village. The Sonosuke family figured that they could seize the power if they were to take charge of that unity. I'm starting to understand now. Let's phrase it a different way. In order to reunite the village, they attacked the Hojo family who betrayed their sense of community. They used them to intimidate other people. People became afraid of the Hojo family, so they changed their minds and started protesting against the dam project. They held that if you interacted with the Hojo family, you're probably a supporter of the dam project yourself. Just even when someone is like, it's like their direct neighbors, like, hey, can I get some sugar? Like, heathen, betrayer, traitor! Like, even then, like, just ask for help for anything. Not even just for the dam product, like, just completely just throwing that all out of the mind, just interacting with them at all. So, yay. And that's why everyone kept their distance from them. They acted like they didn't even see them. When someone from the family talked to them, they ignored it. Initially, they were targeting only Sadako-chan's parents, but eventually the whole family was seen as a target. Yay. As a result, her uncle and aunt were caught in that line of fire too. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were technically the same, like, they were very bitter people even before that, but now I'm just wondering, I can just imagine the uncle was that way, but I'm now wondering if technically the aunt, will just buckle under the pressure, honestly. Look, I'm now sympathetic to the aunt up to a point, but when that happened with absolutely no reason or rhyme or reason for that anyway, yeah, no. But yeah, I wonder if that's actually why the aunt actually started going that way. There wasn't the whole line of him, you started, like, she actually was buckling the pressure in the environment and started venting her anger and frustration to some people didn't deserve. Let's put it that way. It's kind of ironic. That was the reason they started abusing Sadako-chan to begin with. Her uncle and aunt were not in support of the dam project, but because of Sadako's parents, they were also attacked. After Sadako's parents died, they were forced to take care of their 2 children. Probably makes sense. And that led to probably all this. So, that's probably the whole thing now, like, in some way, honestly, that the uncle's also taking this almost as some, extension of him of the entire village starting to hate them. Honestly, starting to hate him again, all too. It finally makes sense. I can see the whole picture now. The damn conflict is over and Sadako-chan's parents are dead. I think the Sonozaki family should speak out and publicly forgive the Hojo family. Yeah, it's not gonna work too much, though. But once again, there's an issue. Raine's afraid that the elderly people here will lose their trust in her if she publicly forgives the Hojo family. Seems like the Sonozaki family is as worried about people taking them lightly as the consultation center is. It's like the extension of the whole Yakuza thing. Like, they're showcasing up one extreme and then, like, slowly trickling into a normal stuff, honestly. That's what usually makes stories more entertaining. I heard this is directly from her, so I'm sure that's what's happening. All she could do was tell everyone not to bother the Hojo family anymore. When she dies, she wants the next family head to officially declare the end of the dam conflict and stop discriminating against the Hojo family. At least there's that, but oh boy. You know, I will say the more we just go down the like political intrigue stuff in the story, the more and more interested I am to go through literally one of the games that actually technically just almost in some part actually inspired me to make this whole entire channel, which again is the same exact like visual novel made by the I guess the creators of the Higurashi game. I'll go through. And now thinking I've actually been going through that now, like all this is like hitting those like same exact notes. It's almost weird, like how almost certain like they hit the same exact notes, but at the same time it feels like I don't even think the creators of that game have ever even heard of Higurashi. It's almost bizarre. It's almost bizarre at this point. My mom knows about this too. I heard about it from her, actually. It's just that old hag's stubborn pride. Well, let me ask you this. It sounds to me like the mayor and his people threatened Mion and told Chi-sensei they'd close the school. How about them? Do they still have bitter feeling toward the Hojo family? It's ridiculous. Even Uncle Kimiyoshi thinks no one in the village hates the Hojo family. It's just sad that the damn conflict hasn't completely ended for these people. They're still afraid of being bad-mouthed behind their backs to interact with the Hojo family. But people like you and Rika-chan interact with her. Because he's a doctor. I'm young, and I don't have any ties like town council either. Plus, Rika-chan is special. She's the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Yeah. Oyashiro-sama was the one who brought humans and demons together. The lovely demons. Which means she was able to live with Sadako, even though Sadako's not accepted by the villagers. Yeah. After hearing all this, I'm beginning to understand how difficult it was for Sadako to live in this village. it's probably like not even that, but like I'm just finding it funny that my favorite characters usually are literally those outsider types, honestly. That's kind of funny to me. Makes sense, though. She always acted bright and cheerful in school and in the club. I thought that was her whole world. But I had no idea how she felt when she was walking around alone in the village. She probably went grocery shopping even knowing that people were going to ignore her. She felt the coldness from them, but she was standing right strong on her feet. I had no idea she was going through something like that. I knew she went through tough times during the dam conflict, but I had no clue that she was struggling to this day. What a sad story. The whole thing is just nonsense, too. Do you feel that way too, Reina? I feel exactly the same. It's the will of the world, apparently. No one feels bitter towards Sadako-chan, but everyone is afraid that something bad will happen to them if they interact with her. Whose fault is this? No one's? Is the land or society making them think that way? Rika, say it's the society. We live in a society. It's no one's fault. Yet they're so worried about everyone else's opinions they can't forgive her. Huh. Yes. That kind of atmosphere is great when the wind's blowing in a good direction. People act kindly and help each other. But the case of the Hojo family is totally the opposite. It's spreading like a mold, and no one can do anything about it. What do you do with the rotten tatami mat? You have no choice but to toss it out and get a new one. So the mayor is pressuring us not because he hates Sadako, but because he thinks that if he lets us run free, someone, who doesn't even exist, might talk badly about him. So that's why he can't leave us be? I call it someone the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Yay. Everyone's afraid of that someone, even though he doesn't exist. That someone doesn't exist, and they're not a real person. Shin's theory sounded interesting. Everyone follows the rules because they're afraid of that someone. But when you have nothing else to lose, you lose that fear in that someone too, then. However, even the leaders of the village are afraid of the same thing. Everyone in the village is following the rules because they're afraid of someone who doesn't even exist. They still follow the rules of damned conflict, thinking that they'll be cursed they forgive Sadako. Who the hell is that someone? They can only call it the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama cursed the Hojo family because they support the dam project. They still believe that, and Sadako is struggling because of it. Oyashiro-sama will not curse Sadako. She thinks Sadako's adorable. Okay, that's unintentionally a mood breaker, like a mood lightener on us at this point. That's a great line. Please don't use her name for something horrible like that. Her? I thought we were talking about he this whole time. Rika-chan made a sad face. She's a shrine maiden for Oyashiro-sama, and the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. I don't think there's a curse in this village at all. Everyone is just convinced that there is. If that's the case, this isn't the Child Consultation Center's fault at all. The whole village bears responsibility. Yes, I think so too. What the hell is this shonen anime music? Okay. I thought appealing to the Child Consultation Center would solve the problem, but that's not gonna do anything. We gotta find the real culprit and bring him to fucking justice. Let's go. Okay. Haranda Taimat, huh? The only thing like can be done here then is hey Rika, warn the Takano and Tomataki, and tell everyone else, and the whole rest of the whole town is probably gonna kill those two, and I'm gonna just follow them and just see if everything goes. That's like the best you can do, honestly. The last several times, no one would probably follow along with that because they wouldn't believe you. But maybe with this, maybe there's a possibility now because every single time this whole route happens, those two always die. So maybe they keep those memories on or have some vague sensation, some vague sensation of you know, maybe that's a good idea. As weirdly as it sounds, like that's the only thing you can help for right now. If like we can't do anything else, that's the only thing you can do. A Ronda Tommy mat, huh? We can't just clean the surface. Even if the consultation center does say Sadako, that's nothing but a temporary fix. I guess we need to throw Ron the Tommy mat so we can save her for good. What did Ron the Tommy mat ever do to you? It was trying to do its job. You threw it away like it's nothing but trash. No! I think those Tommy mats are all assembled nearby. I agree. Most of them are within a 20-meter radius of here. Hey, Kei-chan, Reina, are we really just like doing a protest with the actual goddamn the fucking Tommy mats, the fucking ritual? Oh my god. What are you guys gonna do? Riot! 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 Mion, you're deeply involved in the village. I know you feel hesitant to save Sadako as one of the leaders here. I understand why you and Chi-sensei almost gave up under the pressure. Oh yeah, she's still here in this conversation, just like listening very silently to all this. And the principal too, thinking about it actually. He hasn't spoken a word after that. Okay. But I had nothing to lose. I'm still just a kid after all. Maebara-san, are you really going to right here? I'm gonna do it. Look at that, we're doing extreme measure to get everyone to fucking listen to us now. Let's go do this. I'm gonna get rid of that raw Natami mat. Will you join me, Reina? Yes. I'm tougher than you think. I know. But you should settle down just a little bit. I feel like you could blow up a school if you got too serious. Okay, just stop right there. I think you could beat up someone with a metal bat if you got too serious. We're both pretty tough, huh? Well, let's go. We got 2 little terrorists on our way to destroy some fucking tatami mats. Yeah, let's go. I understand your position, Mion. You don't have to come with me. Just leave if you think things are gonna get out of control. This is more dangerous than any club activity. I'm damn serious about this. As the next head of the family, she shouldn't agree with me, but she stared in silent approval of what I was supposed to do. Well, it's the best you can do. Okay. If you're gonna take that risk, then I'm coming with you too. That's the way. Just watch how I'll take care of this. What about you, Shi-chan? Well, fortunately, I have nothing to lose. I'll support you guys. Just live in an apartment at a time in Okinawa with no ties with family, so don't worry about that. Chi-sensei, Mr. Principal, I understand your stance. We're not in school right now. Please forgive what we're about to do right now. Just wash it away from all your minds. Amnesia spell. Go. You're right. I'm not your teacher right now. The principal and I will trust our will to you. I'm supporting you guys too. They want me out of the village, I'm willing to close down my clinic. It's only natural for a master to sacrifice everything to save his future maid. Okay, stop. Immediately stop. Oh, I can feel everyone's power flowing into me. I'm not even gonna try and cool down. I need to be fired up for something like this. Just get a goddamn flamethrower and just burn all the mats. Just turned back, I noticed Oishi-san, my dad. I didn't know how long I'd been standing there. My son is becoming a little terrorist. Brings a tear to the eye. Oh, good God. You seem excited about something, Maebara-san. Oishi-san, you told me last night that there are some things that a man can't give up on. We have to take on a chance, even when it's risky. Keiichi? Don't stop me, Dad! You can't stop me now! I know it's important to be polite, but I need to do this for my friend. I'm not gonna stop you. Huh? He gave me a big smile. Never seen my dad smile like that before. Oh, so now you're getting rid of the whole, do everything by the rules thing before. You're now rejecting that now. I see. I believe what you just told Oishi-san. There are some things that a man should not give up on. You'll encounter something like that in your life sooner or later. If this is that time, then I'm not gonna stop you. Aw, Kiki-kun's father's so cool. Well, of course, he's my dad. He's at least half as cool as me. Okay, that's funny. I'm not from Hinamizawa. I can't take either side, but I'll be watching you closely, Maebara-san. Closely. With these binoculars. Let's make or break the game, take the risk, and discard for the middle weight. Something my old friend used to say. Huh. You can't compromise once you made the decision. If you're gonna go forfeit, do so immediately. If you're gonna fight, be confident in yourself. Mahjong uses double scoring after all. What the fuck? If you get a small amount of points several times in succession, you'll lose if someone scores a lot of points all at once. You just have to be confident when you're ready to fight. Pull your eggs in one basket and just swing the basket onto the fucking walls of the ritual storehouse, stuff like that. You play Mahjong too, Maebara-san. Oh, good God. They start talking about Mahjong together. God damn it. This is gonna be interesting. Someone from the committee came out and told us to come inside for the meeting. It was time for it to start. Alright, let's go inside. We'll do that after we meetings that out. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's go inside. I feel like we're finally getting up on the stage. No wonder we felt something was missing in the Child Consultation Center. Yeah. This is supposed to be the stage all along. We're fighting with the wrong people for the past 3 days. Let's go. Someone pulled my shirt. It was Rika-chan. Keiichi? You're not only Sadako's best friend, but you're also a member of the village's 3 families. You can just watch what Reina and I are gonna do. But if you're willing to help us save Sadako, I want you to support us. You're gonna try and change those hard-headed men? I'm gonna change them. I told you before. Fate is thinner than a piece of paper. I'll tear it down with ease with scissors. Oh, hi. What's gonna happen? The whole place is gonna burn down, don't worry about it. Recalling the traditions of the village of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Shion sure is an interesting theory. Is Katie gonna smash it in two? Can you destroy the curse of Oyashiro-sama? We'll find out next time on the legendary adventures of Higurashi when they cry. You're making it sound like we're going into the next fucking cliffhanger. He will break it. Keiichi's the power to break everything. Not just Keiichi's power, though. Because everyone's working together, Keiichi's able to break anything. This energy is more powerful than the lucky 6 in the die. It's not luck. He's destroying fate with his own 2 hands. Everyone followed Keiichi and entered the assembly hall. I followed in after them. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with Keiichi. If this doesn't work out, that's it for me. I'm gonna give in to my very best. It's still so funny that I'm the music king like this now, though. Shonen battle time. Civil servants preparations. Huh. There's no tip for him, doesn't seem like for Sadako and like Teppei's thing then again. Underside, she meant. Let's break that curse in 2. Huh. Nice. No relations, we already did that. So civil servants preparations. I see. We're good as long as we know that the town council and the Onigiri Guardians are involved. Please take care of the Sadako Hojo-san's case without worrying about it too much. Oh well. Glad to know that the whole village isn't backing them. What? You're glad? What the fuck? I wouldn't agree with them if they were, though. No matter who is pulling the strings, we must treat every case equally. This whole odd rule that we have to give Hinamizawa special treatment is only due to the precedent set when we let threats influence us before. Well, you're absolutely right, sir, but... Please continue to work on this case. Manager from the municipal government assured us that the town council has nothing to do with this petition. The problem that our organization is so afraid of one tiny community. The manager, you should think about that little. Yes, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm glad to hear that the village isn't supporting them. You must act the same way, even if the villagers does support them, no matter who is behind the scenes. Please be very careful with Sadako Hojo's case. Don't try to give her any special treatment, you understand? I figures I'll be like all that. So like even if even if Oreo honestly did back up, honestly, so like literally the only thing that can change their minds, honestly, even if Oreo did back them up, honestly, is if Sadako changed her mind too. So like literally it's only then when everyone like tries to, I guess, change their mind after that. Only then, honestly. So that is gonna be very interesting to see then. That's gonna be like so horrible if by the end of it, like even then, nothing else changes. But holy shit, then. My good god, then that'd just be a travesty in itself. Then, after all of that, even changing the whole entire town itself, and nothing else matters. So, I don't think it's gonna go that way. But it does leave like things like a horrible, horrible circumstance. That even if everything goes exactly right, it still ends up so horribly bad. Even though we know that You mean technically figure out, quote-unquote, who the culprit is maybe the end of this installment, or not? Or just get a big hint towards them, whoever they are? If they're even corporeal or not, then it's not gonna be entirely enough. They may give like a good step in forward, get everyone to change their minds here. And then, yeah, it's literally working out to be that almost everyone is gonna like shape up to be like the very next installment is gonna be that technical, like I guess like everyone all works together and everything works out in the end kind of thing, which I think I figured and stated my opinion on how it's gonna be like either the very end of what was it? Into the 5th installment, into the 6th, and the start of the last one. And going up to now, I can't remember exactly when I did that. My predictions are all over the place, honestly. The time scales is just weird, okay? I can understand why authors are all like weird about that. Even like one short story I had to write, when I'm making some small changes, honestly, then I realized, oh shit, I changed the fucking time. I got instead of like 2 years, it'd be fucking 3 years instead of making everything turn out right. God damn it, it makes so much more sense. But like, oh my good god, it's definitely sometimes annoying. I can see why there's sometimes that. In terms of writing and even like comic book stuff, honestly, that it sometimes gets so out of hand, just so absolutely quickly. But honestly, that was really great to think about. Like I was already expecting the first half of this episode to be like the exact same, nothing else would change. So like there's not much to say there. But the entire conversation they had, like when they got out of the conversation, started thinking about other ways of attack was honestly very interesting. Labeling everything back down to the environment that Rika already like lived on before the very beginning that this installment. The environment is the one to cause, and like the people who are around it, and some unrelated directed people that like for example Oishi and Takano that accidentally get some people to become even more anxious and destructive and like turn insane to like do something horrible, honestly, whether they feel like they're being slighted or like they're being cornered on all sides, or literally they're trying to do something to save someone else. It's just that all over the place. But yeah, so like they're trying to go after the environment itself, and even though all the people, all the individuals in the meeting like technically know that they don't really hate Hojo, they're probably gonna still be a bit defensive to not like to save face against everyone else. There's gonna be a whole thing of like you have to prove to everyone else in the room that they think the same way you do, and they're not trying to say anything behind your backs. It's literally that whole thing. After everyone gets on the same page like that with a common enemy, then to go to Orion and see how it changes that her mind then. And if everything that Shion and Mion says is right about how her grandma acts, like the whole line that she said about disavowing him in the next headline of like forgive the Hojo family, I can believe that. And if we get Orion track, then Rika then can just make her final appeal to Sadako, and that's the make or break, honestly. After all of that, then if that doesn't help encourage, that I don't know what will. And even then yeah. But I'm pretty sure the point that all that is done, the whole village environment has been completely just drastically changed over from Sadako's own life then she would like come around actually like accept the help then by that point. If we actually proved to everyone else that everyone actually like threw away that mindset away and actually like wants to help her then. Like the whole entire village does, and not just her classmates, which she already expected it to be, honestly. Even back he already expected that even back then. He's been around them for a while, she would expect that, but it wouldn't really help with what was happening to her right then and there. But when the whole village then, or your town actually then comes to try to help you then, you at least have something like backing you up. Not even just other kids' areas, but other adults too. And just even the people actually working in the town itself, and the founders, like people who are in charge of the place, and who intentionally like cause discrimination towards you, only then would it feel like it's the best time to actually let go of that fear, honestly, because you don't really have a source anymore besides one person, and then Tebi doesn't really have a power over you anymore, except for the room, which might be a slight small contender about Satoshi's room, honestly, if I'm getting over that, which whether she thinks we can get over that, or just yeah, that's gonna be the one final small obstacle, honestly. All about Satoshi, honestly. It's all be by him, but I honestly do not know how to get her out of that mindset, especially since it was that close. Especially with how it was with Shion in Miyakashi chapter, that she grew so attached like so quickly, and then was taken away just as quickly. To the point now that she now just took to be as like a really, really like, big grief on her, and continued on with her until her death, honestly, in that installment. So it's gotta be something also very big to make her change her stance right there as well with Satoshi, which if it does come to it, which is probably not gonna be that fun a conversation to have, honestly, at all. But it's something to do, like, for her to actually, accept help and get out of that mindset, honestly. It's the only thing you can do. Oh boy, there's a lot of things to do, honestly. Maybe they'll take one step at a time, honestly. Like, again, I keep saying that one step at a time, only one step at a time, but the very second they get Oreo, they actually convince everyone in the council meeting, then Oreo, then they can probably get Sadako, like, you know, that, like, open up and, like, be more surprised about that and open up to them more. Then the next step is actually addressing the whole fact of Satoshi's coming back or is dead or whatever, honestly, out in the world. Address that, then she'll go and then actually help herself get out of the situation by going to the Child Consultation Center, and then they have to listen. No matter what happens, no matter how many people in the world actually come to meet them, they had to listen to her, since she's the one being the victim here, honestly. They had to listen to that. They have to. And if that doesn't work, then burn the place to the ground. But, oh boy, I guess to see how things all transfold. Oh boy. Oh, for next time. There's a lot of things to do, but... oh boy. Well, gotta start with them making a giant goddamn debate then, won't we, Keiichi? So, hope you fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope to see you next time, the time that may be. And I all hope you fantastic day.